So the draw to Bath last week, in a way, did it kind of feel like a win with the context of the late equaliser?
I mean, it's such a hard place to go and play, which they're a quality team. Obviously, didn't get off to the best start last week as they wanted to, so we knew it was going to be a hard game, and we knew we'd have to play 80 minutes. And unfortunately, we switched off a few times in that second half, and about 5 minutes before the half time, and it cost us dearly, to be honest. I mean, we went down in the last 2 minutes, but credit to the boys, we showed the character in our fight as what we're trying to do together, and we came back in and we got the points that we needed. But it was a bit of a disappointment overall from the lead that we had. I think it was 21-0, I think, at 30 minutes. So obviously to throw that away is disappointing, but as you said, if you don't play the whole 80 minutes, then teams will come back at you.
Do you think with the late equaliser, do you think you've sent a message out that you can fight for the points and you can take points away from home dirty, if you like?
Yeah, I mean, we needed points, we knew that, and as you said, we managed to gather ourselves in those last few minutes and come away with some positive actions that got us into that draw, and obviously the last 2 minutes sort of keeping the ball and then playing it out was good and quite controlled from us. So yes, it was a positive that we can sort of come back and when we need to, but I think ultimately we're sort of disappointed that the lead that we had to throw that away was a bit disappointing. So it's a bit of a mixed message, really.
And you travel to Kingsholm unbeaten. What kind of effect does a statistic like that have on mindset ahead of a fixture?
I mean, every team's good now. I mean, Johan alluded to it earlier that they're here not just to make up the numbers. They're not just trying to stay up. They're trying to compete in this league, and we know they're a very, very tough team to break down. So as the first 2 weeks have gone, so obviously got a bit of footage on them now, but it's going to be a hard fight because again, it's sort of a local derby. I mean, I've been here for a while. I sort of know there's always a sort of 5 to 10% more grit involved in those games, and they're here to battle. They've got, as I say, good coaches, good players, and it's going to be a tough game. So we know that we have to really rock up and perform to beat them.
And if last year was a step in the right direction, if you like, can you see further improvements being made this year as well?
Yeah, I think we had a great pre-season as a squad. Johan was here for a bit longer. Obviously, we've made some signings that have come in and had big influences as well on the squad, and everyone's gelled and settled in nicely. So I mean, that's sort of all you can ask for really as a new squad going forward into the new year. We've got some work on to do, and we sort of change them and address them, and as long as we continue to work on that and continue to evolve throughout the season, hopefully we'll be okay.
Some slightly higher expectations this season, perhaps. Is that reminiscent of your early days at Gloucester?
I think we're sort of trying to stay away from that in terms of the exterior sort of chat and things like that. We've got a common goal as a squad, and we want to perform to the best that we can perform. It's not really going to be about sort of other teams. It's going to be about sort of how we can perform on the day, and our consistency is definitely something from last year where we want to step it up and make sure we're winning games on the road and at home throughout the whole season. Obviously, slipping off the end of last season was ultimately what killed us. So it's a long slug as it is, like the Premiership in the season. So you need to make sure that you're consistent throughout it all and not just have a good start or good finish. So a lot to work on. We sort of know a few work-ons. I'm sure some more will come up, and as long as we sort of keep fighting every week and staying as a group, hopefully we can do a bit better than last season.
And with the addition of Danny Cipriani, who's had a great start so far, just how important could he prove to be as the season progresses?
Yeah, I mean, he's come in with a mindset of wanting to win and a focused mindset as well, and he's been fantastic for us. He's been really up there in terms of driving the standards, driving the skill level, and as you said, his performances on the pitch, he's leading by example as well. So it's great that everyone's behind him. It's great that he's playing well, and fingers crossed we can sort of keep going and keep moving forward as a whole squad.
The Bears haven't won away since New Year's 2017. Did statistics like this go around the dressing room, or are they stats you try to ignore?
Yeah, not at all really. I mean, it's another game. They're definitely going to be up for it. As you said, they're back in the Premiership. It's a local derby. I'm sure the shed and the crowd will be packed. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, a great sort of experience. And as I said, if we don't rock up and play well, they're certainly capable of doing us over. So it's going to be a tough game, and hopefully we can sort of play well in it.